preservative. I think you have already covered some of the units there, and I'm just trying to cover the last part of your syllabus, that is Unit 4, which has got preservatives, methods of preservation and dehydration, etc., and also some food additives, packaging of food, something that is very much essential from the chemical point of view. In this class, you will have some material which you can directly uh, write some these points for the examination. And also, if it is in the loaded in the YouTube section, I am also giving you the notes in the descriptive section, so you can copy from that also and take a printout. So let us just first assume the introduction part there. Here you have think foods preservation physical methods are directly I'm just giving. Okay, I'll underline the points there. So here is the main point that is there. Foods are the mainly composed of biochemical compounds, you know very well, sugars and proteins, all those things are there. So try to mention that it consists of biochemical compounds that are essentially derived from plants and animals, and then they have got this composition which is known as the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and these are the major constituents. And then very important thing is the minor constituent that we use either as a preservation or as some additives. So this comes under this particular thing called as the additive. Additive means something which you are going to add, and these contain minerals, vitamins, enzymes, acids, antioxidants, pigments, flavors, and all. Okay. Nowadays, commercially, they are given some codes. Okay, code means code numbers are there for all these preservatives. So if they are added, you will find out what is present in that. So foods are subject to physical, chemical, and biological deterioration. Deterioration means it's a spoilage. So that is the spoilage. Okay. So what is the thing that is spoiling it? And it is the first thing is the microorganism that you consider as bacteria, yeast, molds, and sometimes fungi also. And then activities of food enzymes, other chemicals reaction with food itself, something which is present inside it. As for example, if you take the case of grapes, it has got some alcoholic content to minimum extent, and then if you leave it, it can just putrefy it and convert it itself into the wine. And likewise, you have got the curd, which if you leave it on its own, it will just be getting spoiled. Okay, the next point is infestation. It's quite similar to what you call as infection. Infection is something on a host cell. Infestation is a process by in the food itself. So that is by insects and rodents. Rodents means these are the rats and lizards and even the squirrels. They come under that. Okay, those that can bite, kadichi tinranga, yeah, that is what you call as squirrels. And then you got inappropriate temperatures for a given food. Inappropriate means proper. Okay, for example, if you can maintain a certain curd is at a can you maintain at 40 degrees C. Milk also can maintain at about 40 degrees C. But if you just go beyond it, leave it at the room temperature in summer season like 41, 42, 43 degrees C, there is denaturation, and we call it as the spoiling of the milk. Okay, so these are some things which you need to remember. Point number one is microorganism, right? Point number one is microorganism. Point number two is food enzyme. Point number three is infestation. Point number four is temperature. Point number five is moisture. Point number six is oxygen. So these are the general points you need to remember. And the seventh one is the light. So light usually has got radiation, which we often mention it by means of the H nu. So here is the temperature, which in moisture means, what is the moisture? Sometimes people call it as moisture in atmosphere is dependent on the water vapor. Okay, so human being is having about 70% of the water, and the earth atmosphere is about 60% of the moisture is present in the Earth's atmosphere. Okay. Sometimes we call this as humidity. These are all the things there. So if you go to some cold places, there will be less water vapor in the atmosphere. You will have what you call it as a dry spell. Okay. So some food which is stable uh, in a particular place may not be stable in some other place. Particularly, India belongs to a region which we call as the tropical region. So where we have summer temperature of about 40 to 50 degrees C. And if you go near the coastal areas, like for example Chennai, Cochin, or even Mangalore, there you'll have very much salt water, and that will have a lot of amount of water vapor, and that will add to spoilage of the food. Not only food, all other things will also be so. So reaction with oxygen is very important because this we call it as the oxidize. Oxidize means iron இருக்கும்போது iron நல்லா கெட்டியா இருக்கும். அயனோட ஆக்சிஜன் சேர்ந்தீங்கன்னா இதுக்கு பேர் தான் அவங்க வந்து துரு பிடிக்கிறதுன்னு சொல்லுது. It is you call just this is what you call it as the rusting. Right? The rusting is a process of oxidation. Suppose if you have some proper iron inside the body, proper material inside the body, if it is oxidized, we just call it as the impure. So actually aging of human being is an oxidation process. That is why we use antioxidants in food. Antioxidants in food, which is present plenty in greens. Okay, green leaves, kira. Okay, light. Then the last part is this light. So you can just mention these things which spoil the food. Therefore, you need to have the preservation. What is the food preservation? A food preservation is the process of treating and handling food to stop or slow down the spoilage. Okay, and loss of the quality, edibility. Edibility na சாப்பிடக்கூடியது. Quality, I think you know quality. Nutritive value means it has got so much amount of percentage of fat. It has got so much percentage of protein that you call it as the nutritive value. So it's caused or accelerated by microorganisms. Accelerated, speed up. Okay, so if you this is a process which is also very essential also. Suppose if you want to make curd, தயிர் செய்யணும் அப்படின்னா ரூம் டெம்பரேச்சரில் வச்சு தான் நல்லா வரும். தயிர் செஞ்சுட்டு ஃப்ரிட்ஜில் வச்சிங்கன்னா வராது. ஏன்னா ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் டெம்பரேச்சர் வந்து 0 டிகிரி சிலேருந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து 20 டிகிரி வரைக்கும் வரும். அதனால வந்து ரெஃப்ரிஜரேஷனில் அது அவ்வளோ நல்லா இருக்காது. ரூம் டெம்பரேச்சரில் நல்லா வரும். ஓகே, then remember to point out these things in preservation. Preservation of food is defined as any chemical compound or process when applied to food retard alterations caused by the retard alterations means what is meant by alteration. Alteration is any change. Okay, alteration means any change. So that is here you can see that. All right, so you go to caused by the growth of microorganisms and growth of microorganisms and or enable physical properties. Physical properties means that which is visible. Like for example, its shape is changing. If you have ice cream, it melts, and if you have curd, it also can get spoiled. If you have milk, you can see some super layer on that, and then the chemical composition and nutritive value. These three are the important points. What is happening in this spoilage? Physical property, chemical property, nutritive value. And to make them unaffected, you have to preserve it. So this is the basic thing about the preservation. Principles of various methods of food preservation is given by number one is by keeping out microorganisms. Microorganisms or by removal of microorganisms, or by hindering the growth of and activity of the microorganisms. Growth and activity, வளர்ப்பு மற்றும் செயல் ரெண்டுமே சொல்றது இல்லையா. Okay, so drying, anaerobic conditions or chemicals, this is the lowering of temperature. So you can freeze it. Okay, it will be stabilized and you can just dry it. Drying in the sense that if you dry sometimes in the sunlight, சன்லைட்ல நேரா ட்ரை பண்ணிங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு அந்த நியூட்ரிட்டிவ் வேல்யூ போயிடும். சப்போஸ் இஃப் யூ ஹேவ் grapes, you can remove water and you can just convert it into dry fruits. Okay, dry grapes, mundiri அப்படி சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா. So it is from drachi to mundiri, it is a process of drying in which you remove lattice water. What is the chemical important thing about this is you just call it as the lattice water. Lattice means some structure is there. ஒவ்வொரு ஃபுட்டுக்கும் ஒரு கெமிக்கல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இருக்கும். அந்த ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் நடுவில் கேப்பில் வந்து வாட்டர் போயிடுச்சுன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து அது ஸ்வெல் ஆகிடுது. அந்த வாட்டர் ரிமூவ் பண்ணுறது தான் வந்து ட்ரையிங் சொல்கிறது. மற்றபடி நீங்கள் வேறு வாட்டர் எல்லாம் ரிமூவ் பண்ணிங்கன்னா அதோட இதுவே போயிடும், வேல்யூவே போயிடும். ஸோ ட்ரையிங் இஸ் எ வெரி டஃப் ப்ராசஸ். anaerobic conditions means where you do not have air, do not give air, right? Aerobic means aerobic. ஏரோபிக்ஸ் அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் அந்த எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க இல்லையா ஏரில், அதுக்கு பேர் ஏரோபிக்ஸ் சொல்லுவாங்க. ஜிம்னேஷியம் ஆல் கம்ஸ் பிகாஸ் it takes up a lot of air. Okay, so there is also something called as aeration. Okay, the fan that you have in your houses on the ceiling, in fact it doesn't reduce the temperature, it just circulates and aerates the room. That is the main purpose of the thing, that main purpose of the fan that works there. So anaerobic conditions means it is quite opposite of the aeration. Okay, and by killing organisms or heat radiation. So in point number 1 you can just it's a method microorganisms lende உங்களுக்கு வந்து freedom கிடைக்கணும். You should not have any microorganisms, that can be there. So activity குறைக்கணும்னா low temperature, drying, anaerobic conditions சொல்லுவாங்க. இது அட்வான்ஸ் ஃபீல்ட்ல வந்து இது என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா கிரையோஸ்கோபி அப்படிங்க. ஃபுட் ப்ரிசர்வேஷன்லாம் இது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ வந்து லாட்டிஸ் வாட்டர் எல்லாம் ரிமூவ் பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு சில மூவிஸ்ல கூட இருக்கும், ஹியூமன் பீங்ஸ்ல எல்லாம் வாட்டர்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு ப்ரிசர்வ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படியே. இட் கேன் பி ப்ரிசர்வ் ஃபார் ஹண்ட்ரட்ஸ் ஆஃப் இயர்ஸ். ஸோ தட் டெக்னாலஜி இஸ் கால்ட் எஸ் தி கிரையோஸ்கோபிக் டெக்னாலஜி. அண்ட் ராக்கெட்ஸ் எல்லாம் அந்த டெக்னாலஜி தான் யூஸ் பண்ணாங்க. வாட்டர் இருந்துச்சுன்னா வாட்டர் தான் ப்ராப்ளம் வரீங்க. ஓகே, அண்ட் த செகண்ட் பாயிண்ட் இஸ் ப்ரிவென்ஷன் ஆர் டிலே ஆஃப் செல்ஃப் டீகம்போசிஷன். தானா டீகம்போஸ் ஆகக்கூடிய, டீகம்போஸ் மீன்ஸ் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் if you have like for example C12H22O11, okay, it can be decomposed into CO2 plus H2O. Okay, CO2 is a gas, and so this is a starch. அப்படியே விட்டிங்கன்னா அது வந்து கொஞ்ச நாள் கழிச்சு அப்படியே செல்ஃபா ஸ்லோவா டீகம்போஸ் ஆகி CO2 கேஸும் வாட்டரும் மாறிடும். வாட்டர் வந்து வாட்டர் வேப்பராக போயிடும். Okay, so it is called as the self decomposition by destruction of inactive food enzymes and by prevention or delay of chemical results. So point number 1ல இது point number 2ல delay பண்றது எதனால inactivation and prevention. So these are the points that you have to write in the examination. You will not be, if you forget writing the entire thing, just to give these points, that will be very helpful. Okay, so here are these methods that are very important there. Foods for methods preservation, very important here. And what are the methods? These are the physical methods. Cooling to low temperature, 0 to 7 degrees is the refrigeration temperature. Preserves for short period, number of days, 7-8 days. Freezing and preserve for several months. Freezing temperature is 0 degrees for water. And then this is method 1 in which you can just preserve low temperature. Okay, this is widely followed method for all the foods. And then the next method is the heating. Pasteurization. Milkல நீங்க வந்து ஹீட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா அது பாயில் ஆகி நீங்க ஒன் டே ஃபுல்லா வச்சுக்கலாம். Cooking is a process of conversion. Okay, sterilization of the means killing of microorganisms like bacteria. Heat பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா pasteurization is a biological process but it's depending on the heat. Cooking, for example, one good example that I can give for cooking is it's a process of conversion of beta carotene. கேரட்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பீட்டா கேரோட்டின் இருக்கும். பீட்டா கேரோட்டின்லேருந்து நீங்கள் குக் பண்ணிங்கன்னா அது வந்து விட்டாமின் BX மாறிடும், B12 மாறிடும், விட்டமின் B12 மாறிடும். ஓகே, ஸோ பீட்டா கேரோட்டின் அப்படியே வச்சிங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு டீகம்போஸ் ஆகி வந்து சன்லைட் பட்ட உடனே அதை வந்து வேற மாதிரி ஆகிடும். If sunlight falls onto this carrot, it can evaporate, it can destroy, it can decompose the beta carotene. But if you cook it, it becomes a vitamin, and therefore you can just preserve it for some longer times. Okay. Then the third point is exposure to ionizing radiations, UV, gamma, etc. This we don't usually follow. This is done in hospitals and any higher food industries. Most of the packaging industries, they use this gamma radiation for irradiation. Okay. Then the fourth point is application of high pressure. This is very rarely used, only in the industries. Okay. Then the fifth one is drying, removal of water to level which does not support the growth of microorganisms. So this is also an advanced thing that I told you, that it is called as the uh, cryo protection technology, or it's a cryogenic. Okay, when just you remove the water and freeze it. Natural cryogenic is the grapes conversion into the dry fruits. Okay, so these are the physical methods that are given there, and then the chemical methods quite often is either impossible uh, or undesirable. அன்டிசைரபிள்னா முடியாது அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம், இது தேவையில்லை அந்த மாதிரி சொல்ற மாதிரி கணக்கு. இம்பாசிபிள் கூட இருக்கலாம், ஏன்னா கெமிக்கல் நீங்கள் கன்வர்ஷன் வந்து பண்ணுறதை விட வந்து ரொம்ப ரேர். சம் ஃப்ரூட்ஸ் ஆர் தேர். ஸோ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், in the present in the first phase in Muslims, they just preserve the meat and they just call it as the kebab. And there what they apply is they apply salt and then turmeric and just to preserve it. Okay, but it's quite often impossible when you just half cook it and preserve it. That is also possible. In such a situation, one has to opt for chemical methods of preservation. What is the chemical methods of preservation? It involves application of chemical additives with antimicrobial agents. So this is very rarely used. One of the methods that I am telling is remotely belongs to it, but it is also acceptable. Okay, then you have got biological methods. It's called as the soaring, fermentation, lactic acid and acetic acid. That is the cheese and curd milks are very good examples. Cheese is one form of the curd which you have seen, and cultured milk means, what is cultured of milk? You just prepare so many methods from them coming out of the milk. Culture means over a period of constant temperature, say for example 50 degrees C, you place it for about 2 hours, it will culture all the bacteria there and they will grow it, and that can be preserved. Okay, so one of the cultured milk project that I have seen is that is very good for gut bacteria. Gut means stomach is it is available in the form of something called as a Yakult. So it's a very good cultured milk, and it has got some gut loving bacteria. Okay, it's available in the market. So you just drink it. When it goes to the body, it just again gets back to the food portion. Okay, then you got this thermal treatment. Thermal refers to the process of involving heat. Thermal refers to the process of involving heat. Heating food is an effective way of preserving it because the great majority of harmful pathogens are killed at room temperature close to the boiling point of water. Pathogen அப்படின்னா என்ன? Pathogen means some harmful bacteria. Pathogen அப்படின்னா. So here you go, you have to write this, and then in this respect, heating food is a form of food preservation. Heating food is a form of food preservation comparable to that of freezing, but much superior. A preliminary step in many forms of food preservation is forms that make use of the packaging. It is useful in packaging is to heat the foods temperature sufficiently high to destroy the pathogens. Okay, so in many cases the food actually cooked prior to the being packed. Okay, actually cooked being packed. So this comes under thermal treatment, right? And then stored. Point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3 there. In other cases, cooking is not at all necessary. In some cases, okay, the most familiar example is the pasteurization. Pasteurization is the heating of milk. Okay, to temperature between 145 to 49 degree F ல கொடுத்திருக்கான் 149 degree F அப்படினா உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு வரும்? So 9/5 into C plus 32 equal to F. இந்த ஃபார்முலா போட்டு நீங்க வந்து C கன்வர்ட் பண்ணலாம். C to F conversion can be. Okay, so here it is given 63 to 65 degrees C for a period of 30 minutes and then cooling it to room temperature. So this is also important point for you to write. Okay, then you got something which you call it as the cryo technology, that uses the roll temperature. The low temperature, slower will be the reaction. This is the point that you have to write here. So these are all the techniques of preservation. The slower will be the chemical action, slower will be the enzyme action, slower will be the microbial growth. Each microorganism present has an optimal temperature. Optimal na enna? Optimal means it is maximum varakudiyadu or temperature. Optimal means its maximum activity எப்போ இருக்கணும் அதுக்கு பேர் தான் optimal அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So lowering of temperature to an optimal temperature for growth and minimal temperature. அதே மாதிரி minimum temperature, optimal temperature ஒன்று, minimal temperature ஒன்று, below which it cannot multiply. As the temperature drops from this optimal temperature towards the minimal, the rate of growth of the organism decreases and is the slowest minimum temperature. Okay, இதில் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா optimal temperature means, see for example 40 degree optimal இருக்குது, நிறைய ஆக்டிவிட்டி இருக்குது என்சைம்க்கு அப்படின் போது அதுலேருந்து நீங்கள் குறைச்சிட்டே வந்தீங்கன்னா 30 டிகிரி குறைச்சிட்டு வந்தீங்கன்னா அதோட ஆக்டிவிட்டி கம்மியாகிடும். இந்த கோவிட் வைரஸோட ஆக்டிவிட்டி கூட வந்து 40 டிகிரிலே தான் நிறைய இருக்கும். 40 டிகிரி கீழே போயிடுச்சுன்னா அது வந்து ப்ரெஷர் ஆகிடும் அப்படியே. அதனால தான் அந்த கோல்டு கண்ட்ரீஸில் அது வந்து ஜாஸ்தியாக இருக்குது. நம்ம மாதிரி கண்ட்ரியில் வந்து டெம்பரேச்சர் 40-45 இருந்துச்சுன்னா அது வந்து செத்து போயிடும் அது. ஓகே, ஸோ ஆப்டிமல் டெம்பரேச்சர் ஒவ்வொரு வைரஸ்க்கோ ஒவ்வொரு என்சைம்க்கோ ஒரு நல்ல மேக்ஸிமம் ப்ரொடக்டிவிட்டி டெம்பரேச்சர் தான் ஆப்டிமல் டெம்பரேச்சர். ஓகே, ஸோ அவங்க என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா as the temperature drops from optimal to minimal, இது ஆப்டிமல் ஆக்டிவிட்டி, மினிமல் இது the rate of growth of the organism decreases. Okay, ட்ராப்புக்கும் டிகிரீஸ்க்கும் கனெக்டிவிட்டி இருக்கு. Here it is the connectivity there. So you have to write this important point. The slowest minimum temperature. Cooler temperatures will prevent growth but slow metabolic activity. இன்னும் கூல் பண்ணீங்கன்னா growth rate தான் கம்மியாகும். Most bacteria, yeast, molds grow best in temperature range. இது கூட important point தான். இது மைண்ட்ல வச்சுட்டு தான் வந்து preservative பண்ணணும். Okay, because slower and colder, the slow of microbial will decrease temperature is the principle behind refrigeration and food preservation. The important point. Okay, so let us now go to the next part. One of the oldest method of food preservation is by drying, which reduces water activity. Okay, which reduces drying is there. It reduces the water activity sufficiently to prevent or delay bacterial growth. The term water activity is related to relative humidity. Okay, so relative humidity I have just explained. It is any water content that is present there in the atmosphere or in any composition. As usual, temperature permitting microorganisms, most bacteria require water activity as low as most bacteria require a water activity as low as 0.9 to 1%. So on the water remove பண்ணிடணும். Okay, food is dried. That is why food is dried partially or fully. Okay, so this is the point, the third point that you have to mention. So it is getting hanged. So here it's completely preserved again. Then the last part of this is irradiation. Irradiationல நீங்க வந்து gamma ray ரொம்ப rare இது. Microwave radiation is irradiation. The lethal effect னா உயிர் வாங்கக்கூடியது. The lethal effects of radiation of pathogens has been known for many years. The radiation used for food preservation is normally gamma radiation from radioactive X-rays or electron beams. இந்த பாயிண்ட்டுக்கு ரேடியேஷனுக்கு இதுதான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். இது வந்து சிலபஸ்ல இருக்கு உங்களுக்கு. And approved by, it's talking about US food application. So in India we have got FS, Food Safety and Security Association, Food Security and Safety Association of India, FSSCI அப்படி சொல்லி போட்டு ரவுண்டா போட்டிருக்கோம். Okay, so அது as per their things, you can just they've got certain standards and then they just use it. So here what is mentioned in food irradiation, that is just to see radiation process of food involves exposure of food to short wave radiation energy to achieve specific purpose such as extension of shelf life. Shelf life na enna, shelf life na product வந்துச்சுன்னா shelf, அது சூப்பர் மார்க்கெட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஷெல்ஃப்ல வச்சிருக்கீங்க இல்லையா, அதுக்கு வந்து எத்தனை நாள் இருக்கும், எக்ஸ்பைரி டேட் வர வரைக்கும். இன்செக்ட் டிஸ்இன்ஃபெஸ்டேஷன், எலிமினேஷன் ஆஃப் ஃபுட் பார்ன் பேத்தஜன்ஸ் அண்ட் பாராசைட்ஸ், இந்த 4 பாயிண்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் உங்களுக்கு. ஓகே, in comparison with heat or chemical irradiation is considered as more effective and appropriate technology to destroy foodborne na foodல இருக்கக்கூடியது, foodல வர இருக்கக்கூடியது. Okay, it offers number of advantages to producers, processors, retailers and consumers. இது additional point, யார் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்றாங்க, யார் ப்ராசஸ் பண்றாங்க, யார் ரீட்டைல் பண்றாங்க, அப்புறம் சேல் யார் பண்றாங்க, அப்புறம் கன்சியூமர்ஸ் வாங்குறாங்க இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி. Radiation processing of food involves exposure of food to short wave radiation energy to achieve specific purpose as extension of shelf life. இதே தான் ரிப்பீட் ஆயிருக்கு, இது எழுத தேவையில்லை. ஓகே, and here just talks about the gamma radiation. Gamma radiation usually you don't take because it is nuclear, it is radioactive. They usually use X-rays and sometimes microwaves and also X-rated radiation. So you don't have to read about this, but just a brief mention about this. Gamma rays like X-rays, radiation, ultraviolet visible rays form part of the electromagnetic spectrum. adula varudhu, but gamma rays are never used because they can affect genes. Okay. Okay, just look into the radioactivity. This is not important there. Application of radioactive processed food is there, and this just table is mentioned. Sprout inhibition in bulbs and tubers, delay of fruit ripening, insect. So this is not needed for you because it is talking about the gamma radiation. So you don't have that in their syllabus. It's just it's one of the method of preservation. So some advantages are digital radiation input process is given there. Just try to keep it. I'll just mention this point. Radiation using cobalt-60 cannot induce any radioactive food and does not leave any harmful or toxic radiation food in case of chemical fuming stand. Fuming and okay. Due to that is, you can just, because we are studying food chemistry, you can just say cobalt-60 gamma radiations cannot induce any further radioactivity. Okay, so the fear in gamma radiation is it can induce further radiation. Okay, so that is why they usually don't use radiation. This is in fact a kind of fumigation. Fumigation is a chemical fuming. So it's wrongly mentioned there. Fumigation is it? Okay. Due to high penetrating nature, so you don't remember this. Disadvantage from that, it cannot destroy already present pesticide and toxins in the food. Okay, so with this I come to the conclusion of the food preservation. I have seen the definition. The definition is, it is union to preserve the food, and we have classified it in the beginning into 7, and then if that is not there, how food spoilage is there. So we have seen methods of preservation, and then we have seen how low and high temperature preservations are there. The third part will be dehydration and osmotic pressure, that we'll see later. Food irradiation is also included there. there is this thing called something called as the uh, dehydration in the syllabus also there. So I'll just briefly mention it there before we finish up that this particular unit. So class preservatives are also there. I think you don't have this, but still have a look at this: benzoic acid, sulfurous acid, nitrates of sodium or potassium, sorbic acid, niacin, propionic acid, methyl or propyl parahydrobenzoate, okay, sodium diacetate, sodium potassium calcium salt of lactic acid. This is widely used. Which one is that? That methyl. This one is widely used. Okay, dehydration. This I'm just going to the mention that is present in the syllabus is removal of water, removal of coordinated water. Okay, that is the water that is present in the lattices in between in between the molecules. What are the molecules? The essential molecules, such as you have carbohydrates and proteins there. Okay, and then some class 1 preservatives are given. So that is the common salt, sugar, dextrose. Again, this is also sugar, but it is a specific form of sugar. Glucose is also sugar, specific form of sugar. Spices like, for example, chili. I think we just put pickling. Okay, what we make urka, right? When pickling is done, it's a kind of preservation. Preservation, okay. So vinegar or acetic acid, honey is a very good preservative. It's a very long, natural and very abundantly available preservative. So then you have got this vegetable oil that can also be used as preservative. That means it's cooking. So you need to mention the class 1 preservative. Class 2 preservative is also given there. I think sulfur dioxide is not there, so I'll just skip that. Okay, so I'll stop here. And before that, I'll just trying to mention this particular thing called as found in your syllabus that you call as the osmotic pressure. I don't know why this particular thing is there. Osmotic pressure is there. Okay, so let me just explain it. Osmotic pressure works on something called as the pressure gradient. Okay, what is meant by gradient? Gradient என்பது ஹைல இருந்து லோக்கு போகக்கூடியது எல்லாத்துக்கும் வந்து gradient அப்படி சொல்லுவோம். For example, high building, high floor, low floor, you can just fall. Okay, high temperature to low temperature, high temperature to low temperature, that also you can just go to the, okay. So osmotic pressure, the means so it's a pressure that is found between the gradients there. Okay, what is the role of that? The role of that is, suppose if you have some beaker, something like this. Okay, there is a membrane. Membrane அப்படின்னா பயாலஜிக்கலாக எடுத்துக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஸ்கின் மாதிரி எடுத்துக்கலாம் நீங்கள், ஸ்கின் செல் மாதிரி. Okay, suppose if you have water molecules here, okay, some water molecules are there, and here also you are having some water molecules. And then what you do is, when you add some sugar, so this is, I am just putting red as sugar. Okay, here you have only water molecule. Now if you add some solvent, if you add some solute, this is a kind of solute, sugar is a solute or even salt is a solute, what you can do is pressure is increasing here. So when it increases the pressure, there is a flow of particles from this place to this place. Okay, now as a result of that, this not only removes this particular thing, this also removes the water molecules. Dehydration அப்படின்போது இந்த பேதியெல்லாம் வருது இல்லையா, அந்த சமயத்தில் and suppose if you have a cell wall like this, okay, so if you just consider this as a cell, there are a lot of cytoplasm present there, and there is a plasmatic liquid there. Okay, now because of some outside that is pressure that is inside, suppose if you take something food poison or something which is very spicy, what happens is, for some people they just go inside it and they rupture the cell wall. Rupture வெளியே வந்து ப்ரெஷராக லோ இருக்கும். இங்கே ஏதாவது சாப்பிட்டதுனால என்ன, இங்கே ஹை ஆகிடும். ஸோ ஹைலேருந்து லோக்கு வந்து இந்த நியூட்ரியன்ஸ் எல்லாம் வெளியே போகும். அதுக்கு பேர் தான் வந்து டீஹைட்ரேஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுது. அதனால தான் வந்து நல்லா நியூட்ரியன்ஸ் எல்லாம் வெளியே போச்சுன்னா டயரியா மாதிரி நடக்குது. இது தடுக்கிறதுக்காக தான் நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுறோம்னா சால்ட் ப்ளஸ் சுகர் சொல்யூஷன் எடுத்துட்டு தண்ணி குடிக்கிறது. தண்ணி குடித்தா என்ன ஆகும், இந்த இடத்துல ஹை ப்ரெஷர் எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் ஆகி இது வெளியே வராத மாதிரி அப்படியே தடுத்துரும். சால்ட் ப்ளஸ் சுகர், இந்த ஓரல் ரீஹைட்ரேஷன் ஓஆர்எஸ் சால்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா மெடிக்கல் ஸ்டாஃப்ல, அது வாங்கி சாப்பிட்டாக்கா இது வந்து இந்த ப்ரெஷர் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகிடும். இந்த ப்ரெஷர் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆச்சுன்னா இது தடுத்து நிற்கும் அப்படியே. This the increased pressure in the intestines and other cell walls, that will help the removal of all these particular nutrients rich in salts. Okay, so dehydration is a process in which important nutrients are also removed along with that. So if you have something balanced, this can be stopped. So a particular uh, pressure of a particular nutrient is stopped by a particular membrane. Membrane means in a layer is called as the osmotic pressure. So in the osmotic pressure you will have transfer of nutrients from high pressure solution to low pressure solution. ஒரு இடத்துல ஹை ப்ரெஷர் இருக்குது, ஒரு இடத்துல லோ ப்ரெஷர் இருந்துச்சுன்னா சொல்யூஷன்லாம் எப்படி போயிடும். இது தடுக்கிறதுக்காக இந்த சைட்லேருந்து நீங்கள் நிறைய ப்ரெஷர் எடுத்து நீங்கள் இது கொடுக்கணும். ஸோ சம்டைம்ஸ் தி additives, the preservatives, they just do the reverse, they dehydrate the cells. That is why much of the preservatives have to be avoided. Okay. So I think with this just to come to the end of the first unit, that is unit 4 I think. All these things I'll just give the notes in the description section in the YouTube. You just go through it, and if you have any doubts, ask me there itself. I'll just try to explain. And the important point that I mentioned, you just write these points and build up the story when exams. Story means something not unconnected, but something which is very much connected with chemistry and physics. Just do it. Let's go to the next session in the next class. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.